Hello awesome viewers, welcome to AC Studio. This will be the third review video on the Joytoy Space Wolves 30k figures. And in this video, we're gonna have a look at the two figures of the Varagyr Wolf Guard Squad. And they are the Terminators, so I'm really excited to look at the box art. I think the figure looks really good already. So why don't we have a look at the box and then open it. And I chose these two figures because of the head sculpt. I really like the look of the head sculpt, so that's why I got them. And this is the back of the box. Seems like they are having the same accessories. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. Let's have a look. Alright, just to make sure everything is in the box. Nothing missing. Seems like everything in there. That's good. Alright, clear base again. And let's have a look at the other one. Yep, it seems like everything inside. Good. Anyway. Alright, let's have a look at the accessories before we look at the figure. Basically two figures having the same accessories. So both having the axe, frost axe, and a double bolter. Both had exactly the same exchangeable hands. One set of hands holding a weapon, and also one set of hand holding the gun. That's it. And the frost axe, very simple design, but looks really good. You got this like kind of like chained going around the blade. I think I've never seen this before because I'm not familiar with Space Wolves. But this axe definitely looks something very different. But the painting of this weapon is not as good as the others done by Joytoy. The reason is you can see black. It doesn't have any highlighting. There's no wash whatsoever on the axe handle as well. And just all the colors are just pretty plain. No wash, no highlighting, but I think because it got different colors altogether, so that it doesn't look too bad. And then it got this very nice decoration on the axe itself. Otherwise, the sculpt is good, but the painting is just standard. And then I really love this kind of like double bolter. So you see the bolter looks really good, and I really like the way they do this like cartridge or magazine. It is not straight, but you know, slightly kind of like curved, so that it kind of like give it a bit of dynamic look to this, right? I think that's really good. And then you got the holes on the muscle, so they all got holes on it. Looks pretty realistic, you know, pretty good. But the painting again is just pretty basic. No highlighting on the black, no gray highlighting. Joytoy has stopped doing that as well. And this is the first time I see a black handle on the gun. So most of the gun using a gunmetal color. I don't know whether they actually miss or forget of painting this handle, or basically just leave it black. So this sums up all the weapons. Really simple. There's only two of them. Alright, let's have a look at the figure. So the first thing we look at is the head sculpt. As per the Great Slayers video before, you know, the head sculpt is really good. And let's see how good it is in the Terminators. So we look at this one first. If you look at this in detail, you see the head sculpt is really good. You can see the beard. It has a little bit kind of like a lighter highlighting on the raised, you know, surface. See the skin color also not very reflective, unlike the first generations of the Joytoy figures. Skin color is always very reflective, but this time it looks perfect. And also look at the wrinkles, you know, the scars on the face. Look at that, that is absolutely stunning. This is equally as good as the Great Slayers. And if you look at the eyes, you see the mouth, the teeth, you know, everything is so nicely done. You know, the eyes looks fearsome as well. And also we look at the other one as well. This time the beard is in yellow color, and they have put in the brown wash onto the recess, and then it got a bit of the tail kind of like hanging down on the armor, so that makes it looks pretty realistic. And then you got a flash wound on the forehead, but by this time you can see they don't have any brown wash on the recess, unlike this one. See, that one got a brown wash, this one doesn't. The eyes is not as good as this one as well. This one you can see the eyeballs, and this one the eyeballs are not very obvious. It seems like the eyes are not looking straight, but it's actually looking that way. Having this figure in hand now, I realized, okay, that actually not linked together. I thought that is the, you know, the hair of the head sculpt, this hairpiece is, you know, I don't know, a tail of a roof or something, I'm not too sure, is separate from the head sculpt. So, you know, if you turn the head like this, you see, it's nothing to do with it. Same as that one, right? Yep, like that. Like that. So definitely not, you know, part of the hair of the head. Look at the sculpture of this, so dynamic. Looks very nice. Really looks like it is in action. It is flowing, and great thing is they put the white highlighting on top of that as well. And if I pull this head off, the internal details, the halo piece, right? Space roof emblem in it. Absolutely amazing. Look at that detail inside. Looks really nice. The other Terminators, 30k Terminators, doesn't have any details inside. So this one's something different. And same as that one. If you look inside, you can see the Space Wolf emblem in it. And all the details inside the halo piece. We look at the details on the shoulder. See the shoulder pad, decoration on the shoulder pad. Looks really good. This one looks exactly the same. And again, you got the raised, you know, detail, and also you got the double kind of like layers on the shoulder pad. So it looks really, really good. And the other one just got a dark red color on it, and this is the same as the other one as well. And it got some kind of like spiky bits there, and also double layers. It looks pretty good, but it doesn't have any brown wash on the rivets or the bolts. So it's good if you put some in it. It would be nice. You can do it yourself. The torso piece, you got this nice, you know, soft plastic piece here, decoration with the teeth here, same as the other one, except the same detail. And you also got the recessed sculpt in there, same as that one. I think it's the same detail. Yep, except the same detail. And then on the shoulder pad, it got the fur, the wolf skin, right? But the wolf skin here this time is actually thicker, right? It's actually not as soft as the Death Swan. The fur on the Death Swan, it is softer than the shoulder fur on the Terminator figure. So they're actually a bit harder, but it doesn't really matter because I don't think it will restrict the movement of the elbow as well. So if you go 90 degrees, right, that is, you know, the absolute limit anyway. So that doesn't really affect that. And also when you turn the shoulder, you turn it together anyway as one piece. So that is fine. And I think the color is a little bit too dark. I really like, you know, the Death Swan against the edge. Got more white on the edge, whereas on the Terminators you can see here, whereas on this you can see on the edge it's not a lot of white at the bottom, on the side, you know. Yeah, and that one's a little bit better, but you know, it's not very balanced in terms of like colors where they are. Same as that one, you know, the edge here, you got a white here, but not much white at the bottom. Same as that one, not much. The arm piece here, you got a very nice golden edge armor details, and then you got the recess sculpt of the lattice, and all the letters are actually in black, so that is why it looks really good. Look at that, that's beautiful. So, and the other one as well, and I think they're having the same detail. Yep, same spelling. And that one as well, the same. Yep. And then we have the apron, also the wolf's fur, skin of the roof. And inside is actually dark brown, it's not like white. And on the edge again, I wish it got a little bit more white. The Death Swan still looks much better. Look at that, looks much better because, you know, they got more white here, so it got more contrast. But this one is not as marked. And on the legs, you can see you got a very nice, you know, detail on the knee, and all this, you know, decoration are not just spiky bit, but it's actually like a cross bites. And it is painted in gold as well. Very nice. And I really love these pieces of, you know, armor, but kind of overlapping. And it looks really good, you know, and because it is at the front rather than just at the back. So if you look at the back of the figures, again, looks very nice as well. It looks different from other Terminators, such as the Imperial Feast Terminators. You know, some of these are in gold, individual pieces of armor, and actually put a black wash on it. But if they put gold color on the rivets in there, I think it looks much better. So if you look far away, see, it looks really good. It doesn't look that boring, right? Look at that, pretty nice. One thing that I'm not too happy about, but I don't think this is the Joytoy's problem. Considering the large size of this figure, The Frost Axe seems to me that's a little bit too small as compared to the figure. I think if the figure got a bigger axe, it will look much better, right? So in a way, proportion-wise, I think that looks weak for such a fearsome figure, such a big figure. But I'm not too sure, is that because of the Warhammer design? So Warhammer design definitely needs to make that bigger, right? In order to make these guys looks much more fearsome, right? Much more imposing. And in terms of articulation, basically it is actually the same as the typical Imperial Fist Terminator. It is actually based on the exact body design, body build. Already went through the articulation in the Imperial Fist Terminator video, so please have a look at those videos if you want to see the articulation of these figures. Wrapping up the video, the Varagyr Wolfguard squad is definitely the best Joytoy 30k Terminators out there at the moment. There are lots more detail in the Varagyr than the other Terminators such as the Imperial Fist, the Son of Horus, Justarian Terminators. So I highly recommend these figures. The head sculpt is amazing, the painting is reasonable on these figures, and these figures also have extra details such as you can see in the halo piece, right? It got all the details inside. That is a big improvement from the other 30k Terminators figure. It is value for money as well. It is a big figure, yet the price compared to the typical Space Marine figures such as the Grey Slayers, it got lots more detail as well. I think the only downside is the wolf skin, the fur, on the armor. The painting aren't as good as the Death Swan figures, but otherwise, I don't see much issue with these figures. So now comes to the end of this video. Please let me know what you think of these figures. Please give me a bit of support by liking the video, and I will speak to you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.